It's funny. The it's easy to get into a bubble and think that like your Twitter sphere, your YouTube sphere, your Reddit sphere is the entire fandom. I remember a few years ago, right after Dad died, I was kind of in a dark place, and so I was just feeding on negativity and everything, and so I was going really deep into the EFAP of it all and the robot head of it all with like Star Wars videos where they would just savagely rip apart the new Star Wars movies. And don't get me wrong, that Rise of Skywalker was effing awful. Oh my God, that was bad. The first two were okay. Of the sequel trilogy, they were fine. They weren't like this isn't a Star Wars channel, but I'm just saying like the Force Awakens I thought was great. It was really good. The second movie was like, what the hell are we doing? But it was okay. It was entertaining. And the third movie was just god effing awful. So that's what I think about them. But these people, man, they hate all three movies, and they just endlessly rip them apart. And so you can kind of get into the mindset of thinking that's what all Star Wars fans think, right? And so if they think this, like, the Rise of Skywalker was so bad, they'll never watch anything else Star Wars, right? Then The Mandalorian comes out. I thought it was great. I really enjoyed The Mandalorian. And I'm gotten to a point where I can't remember what. I used to watch everything with Dad, and I can't remember if Dad saw the first season of Mandalorian or not. I can't remember if that happened after he died. But it feels like it still feels like sometimes these new shows I'm like he would have liked it, and it kind of feels like he's watching them with me because I haven't said this on the anime channel much, but what I do here on this reaction channel thing is what I would do with Dad, and I've been doing like I moved in with him when I moved to this state to go to college back in the 90s, right? So at that point, I started watching TV with him. And then, I moved out and got my own place and got married for a little while and all that stuff, and everything was great. And then finally, like, when I got divorced, I moved back in with him for a little while. And at that point, he was sick and he wasn't doing too well. And from that point on, that must have been around 2003. From 2003 until he died in 2018, I would see him every day, usually twice, three times a day. I'd do his laundry. I'd take care of him. I'd bring him food every day. We would eat together. And the only thing he could do, he was sick, so the only thing he could do was watch TV. So for 15 years, we would watch several hours a day. We'd watch TV together. And we just fell into this thing where we would do what I do here. We would comment and react to the TV shows as we were watching. We would talk. We would pause it and talk for 10 minutes. Sometimes we'd have a 30-minute conversation about something that just happened in a TV show, like my sidebars that I do. Not so much on these full reactions, but like my sidebars with some of the other things I react to. I will pause it and I will talk. Everything you see me do, other than maybe the intros, like we wouldn't really do an intro for when we do these things. We'd just, okay, let's start watching. Then something would happen and we'd pause and talk. We'd react. The kind of jokes and comments I make while I'm watching is what I would do with these shows with Dad. Basically, I've been reacting to TV shows since 2003. I didn't officially start doing it until 3 years ago, but I've been doing it with Dad since 2003. And if you think I'm good at it, the reason I'm good at it is because I've been doing it with Dad since 2003. So that's the whole thing. Reason I started reaction channels was because it makes me feel close to Dad. The only time I don't miss Dad is when I'm doing reactions, and so that's how I keep him alive in my head because nothing's changed. I'm not. None of this is like an act for a camera. None of this is like what would be entertaining or what do people like. Is and like oftentimes people complain I talk too much for a reaction channel. None of this is contrived for a channel. This is just what I would do with Dad. I'm still I'm doing what I was doing with Dad. Nothing changes. There's a few things you'll do editorially. Like sometimes I'll cut out some of the sidebars. I don't think anybody would care about this or whatever. I am like trying to entertain a larger, broad spectrum of people, and I do take feedback. But when I'm in the moment, when I'm recording, I'm just doing it with Dad. That's what it is. But my point is, I don't remember what I've seen with him and what I haven't seen with him. Well, now obviously anything that's come out in the last 3 years, I know I didn't see it with him. But he died in 2018. But like with the Mandalorian, I literally can't remember if he saw that with me or not. I don't remember. I think he would have liked it. Is my point in all this, and I know I liked it. Yeah, I liked it even though Rise of Skywalker was awful. But I think these people that like think about Rise of Skywalker is awful, so then people will automatically hate Mandalorian because Rise of Skywalker was awful, are wrong. And clearly they're wrong because Mandalorian's in his third season, probably going to get a fourth season. I haven't heard because people like it because there's a broad spectrum of fans who don't obsess like we do on Reddit and Twitter and YouTube comments and stuff. They don't know like Rise of Skywalker broke the mythology or broke continuity or whatever. So they just want to see the baby. And there's a meme. I want to see the baby. And that's what people want. Baby Yoda. They like Baby Yoda. They want to see the baby. And so the Mandalorian has this thing of Baby Yoda. That's the thing about the show that the broad spectrum fan, the random fan, the one who doesn't obsess and the one who doesn't watch it 50 times, and the one who doesn't make Reddit posts, that's what they want. They want to see the baby. And that's the whole point of this. I've been talking for 5 minutes, and now I'm finally getting to the point. The point of this is, what is the baby for this show? What do you think is the broad spectrum mass fan, not on Reddit, not on Twitter, fan appeal of this series? Do you think it's the magic, or do you think it's the character of Naruto, or do you think it's some other character? I'm very curious about this. And, character names won't be spoilers. Like, there's a character that pops up in episode 40 or whatever. That's not going to be a spoiler because I'm not going to remember it. But I'm just curious for posterity so I can go back later and say, oh, this is who they were talking about. Let me know what you think the baby is. Is the baby a particular character? Or is it magic? Is it like the... Because for me, I like the hand things. It reminds me of The Magicians, which is a show I like. But it's also just cool. There's something cool about the hand motions. I don't know if the baby is necessarily the hand motions, but it's something I really like about it. For me, the baby is the potential for this nine-tailed fox to get out. I don't think it's going to happen, but I love the idea that at some point you're carrying this monster inside of you that can get out. I love that. I love that it's like imprisoned within a human body. That's the baby for me. What is the baby for you? For this show? All right, having said this is episode 19. You know where we are? You know where we're going. Apparently we're going straight to the bridge. Gato's chump bitch ass. Boy, I can't wait for this dude to go down. Hopefully it's going to happen soon. We're going on one. 3, 2, 1. Oh, goes no flashback this time. Great, man. I'm into it. How dare you, sir? Well, because the answer to that question is because you failed. You suck. Yeah, our strategy is not to lose, and you're losing. Yeah. Wait, so now he's got to be on our side? Are you kidding me? Yeah, they're coming in for that ass. Oh, these are all rogue ninjas, huh? Yeah, but most of you guys stand around talking to each other. Wow, he's talking shit. Damn. Damn it, they're laughing at you. Yeah, safety in numbers, I suppose. Yeah, yeah, now I gotta kick these guys' asses. Guess we're gonna have to work together. This I was not expecting. Yeah, F you. Oh, now Naradu's committed. Violating his course. Boy, I will kick your ass. Yeah, he's gonna pick him up like a kitten. Oh, I thought it was Sasuke's body. This is Haku's body. Okay, that's why I was saying why you'd be so pissed off. But I like that he still cares. He still cares because it was a worthy adversary, right? Man, he's just loud. You really are a dick. It's his ideology. This is his ideology. It's what he believes to his core. So he's not even really being a dick, I don't think. This is just what he believes. He's wrong. It's a stupid way to believe, but it is his ideology, so that makes sense. You need to calm down, kid. I love how the old man in the crowd there is just sitting there watching all this shit happen, right? It's an anime convention. I think it's hilarious. So is pointing at people, by the way. But people will politely wait for you to finish your argument before they settle their business, right? Yeah, look at him. He's just sitting there waiting. You're not going to appeal this guy's emotions, by the way. He does not care. One of the things you learn as you grow up, you can't. Most people you cannot change their mind. I learned that very early on in business. You can't change somebody's mind. If you do change their mind in a moment, they're going to revert back to what they were thinking before. This is a really cool effect going in the mirror now. I like that. This is a cool effect. But you can't change people's mind. Like they just, you're not going to. I don't even try. If somebody has a theory or some opinion I think is dumb, they can have that. Like why would I care enough to even try to change their mind? And it wouldn't work even if I did care enough. So that's why I don't try. Yeah, it's pretty. It pretty much sucks. He feels everything very intensely. He's like the Willow of this TV show. Willow feels everything intensely on Buffy, right? Oh man, you made this man cry. Maybe he can change his mind, or he was just repressing everything. He was just talking shit. He actually does care. Who would have thunk? I didn't think so. He shut the hell up. Yeah, you made this a hole cry. Meanwhile, the old man's like, "Yes, this is great." Yeah, you're gonna pay for violating this corpse. Anyway, let me kick this old man's ass. I didn't realize I was up for debate, but like again, it's ideology, right? No, I still don't trust you. I like the little casual toss. He might just kill this old man. This I thought this was gonna be a big epic battle. He might just kill this old man right here and now. Yeah. Oh, don't run away like a little bitch now. He's coming for it. Yeah. I've said this before. The anime convention of running forward with your face forward and your arms behind you is delightfully dumb. But apparently it makes you go faster, right? Oh, man. Anybody else want to jump in? I mean, this is a problem for everybody. I don't know. He may have this. This would be the beautiful kind of anticlimax. You would think it's going to be some big boss battle. And he gets taken out in like 3 seconds. Is he about to bark this dude? I think he is. Unbelievable. I thought this was going to be like some epic 5 episode battle, man. No. You done effed up. Like they're going to get him, but the old man's dead. Yeah. Hey, man. Worth a shot. This did not go how I thought at all. I had it all written out in my mind, man. They stand together, fight. Maybe he would redeem himself just a little bit, maybe survive, and they'd see him later. He's going out like right here, right now. Rip his throat out with your teeth. Yeah. Hey, man, you want to do anything about this? Yeah. You're not going to like what I do to you down in hell. Ow. Wow. This is incredible. This is fantastic. I was not expecting this at all. Wow. That was. First of all, the writing is fantastic. But then the way they executed it visually was great. F that old man. Yeah. Who wants to die and not get paid? Because you ain't getting paid either way, you might as well leave. That's what I thought. Fascinating. This is fascinating. This wow. This is so good. Defied expectations. We'll put it that way. He might still walk out of here too. I don't think so. And this is all because of Naruto's speech, right? Naruto got him geeked up for this. So amazing. Absolutely amazing. Everybody else see that? That was wild, wasn't it? Yep. He wasn't talking about no magic. He wasn't doing no ninjutsu. He's just talking about you got to go straight knife. Wait, they're not bringing Sasuke back, are they? That felt like him. You gotta be shitting me. No, wait a minute. So he just suddenly revives right after old boy dies, huh? You know, boy's like some powerful magician. I don't know, man. We'll do some theory crafting later. Yeah, the mask guy. What happened to him? Yeah, I'm getting like whiplash. Like I actually feel dizzy. Like what the hell is happening? I mean, that sequence of events was suspicious as hell, man. Oh, were they saying Haku never gave him a mortal shot? Is that what they're saying? Yeah. Say, look at this over here. What's up, brah? This I was not expecting either, man. Like I'm actually dizzy. I'm telling you. Like, what the hell is happening? I wish I could pause. Yeah, this is like a Disney movie. Everything turned out right. What? What? You still want to fight for no money? I mean, mercenary would never fight if their boss is dead. Like they're out of here. So they're talking about plundering. Okay, I suppose we're already here. We already have our weapons out. I suppose. Yeah, maybe that's why old boy also like used his knife, other than the visceral pleasure of just murking somebody. Oh, the crowd is here. Yeah, yeah. You gotta say, with this helmet and this crossbow and how tiny he is, that is the best thing ever. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I don't know about all that, kid, but we do have a crowd to help us now. That's I'd forgotten about him. So now, do you want to die for no money? That's the question, right? We're really just trying to intimidate them into leaving, right? So that's all we want. Yeah, bluff. That's what we're talking about. They can't fight, but they can stand there and look menacing. I assume they're running away. Yes. Get back on your little boat. Oh, I see. I was wondering how they got. Like, I know that they established at the beginning of the episode they showed the boat, but I was kind of wondering how they got where they were. They parked the boat, all climbed up while the fighting was happening, and nobody noticed until they were all collected together. Right? Gotcha. Tell you what, man, this all kind of worked out, didn't it? What a swerve! Like, I actually thought the writers were balls enough to kill. Shit.
Sasuke.
Sasuke. I thought they had the balls to do it. I really did. They finally convinced me, especially because we had several episodes of him just laying there chilling. I love the aesthetic in Japanese culture. I think they may be the only ones that do this. Maybe the Vikings did. I can't remember. I don't. I'm not sure about that. But I know it's for sure it's Viking culture or Japanese culture. The respect for the enemy. Like, I hate you, I will kill you, but you are. Oh, Native Americans also do this. They respect the enemy. It's you will give you an honorable death, and we will respect your traditions when you die. Right? We will treat you with respect after we have defeated you. I love that aesthetic. I really do. There's a Western European idea of like we spit on our enemies and this stuff, and we disrespect them when they're dead because we're petty. There's just a pettiness to this I don't like. Right? I like the honoring and respecting the enemy thing. This stuff right here, this really works for me. I mean, it comes down to do you gloat when you win or not, right? And the Japanese don't gloat when they win. You know, Europeans do, like Americans do, right? Like it's just touchdown dance, wag your groin in somebody's face and dance on them while you after you win and all this stuff. That's a very Western culture thing that I've never really liked. I'd rather after you score the touchdown, you just toss the ball to the referee and go back to your bench, man. That's all you need, man. You don't need to gloat. This is cool, man. Music and the light, what they're doing with the light and stuff. Corpses don't really cry, but I'll allow it. It's good. Like I was saying before, though, he feels a lot. He's a very emotional kid. That can be good or bad. Hopefully, the next villain has a pronounceable name, like Gato. I can pronounce Gato. I can remember Gato. So I bury him. This is a very strong ideology on this show. I don't like it. Of course, I don't think we're supposed to. Yeah, I don't know. I suppose. Yeah, I'm with him. I don't like it. I will not be a tool. Hey, man, I'm into it. I'm gonna be impulsive as hell. Watch my impulsivity. Well, we don't have the mob anymore. We don't even really need the bridge anymore. The mob is a problem, right? Well, I assume it's for commerce. I'm not sure I was really clear on what the purpose of bridge would serve other than it pissed off Gato, right? Which is enough for me, as long as we piss off the bad guy. Yeah. Just hug it out. It's the early 2000s. We're allowed to hug at this point. No, I'll just say see you and run away. Unbelievable. That's what I'm saying. Idiots. Him calling him out about being a crybaby, that was a pivotal turning point for his characterization. It's really about inspiring people. The man with no name comes into the village, and the rich people want to take all the land or whatever. He can't fight them off by himself. He's got to inspire the village to pick up the weapons and fight. That's what it's all about. You need that one person to start the ball rolling. Yeah, we finally finished our first mission after 15 episodes. I still can't believe Sasakura is just, hey man, I'm cool. It's all good, baby. Shut the hell up. Kick his ass. That's right. She finally does something. Hell yeah. Maybe I'll build a bridge to Hawaii next. Good stuff. The reason I say that is before Disney did all these direct to DVD movie sequels, right? I believe the first movie sequel was probably Return of Jafar, the Aladdin sequel. That was probably early 90s, maybe mid 90s, something like that. Before that, this would have been 89, 90, something like that. Saturday Night Live did this. I think it was an animated skit. It was some kind of skit. I believe it was one of their little animated parodies, is what it was. But it posited the idea that Disney would cash in and do sequels to their classic movies. And you have to understand, back then the idea was preposterous. Like, Disney did a movie and that was it. And they would bring the movie back every 10 years out of the vault. And that was it. There was no live action remakes. There was no sequels. There was no prequels. There was not even any TV series at that point, I don't think. I don't think they had made any TV series on any of this stuff. It was just, you had the one movie and that was it. It was over. It was done. But these other franchises would do, Star Wars and Star Trek had done stuff, and other people like milked the sequel thing to death. And in the late '80s, that was happening a lot. There was a lot of like sequels being made. There was like 17 Friday the 13th movies and stuff. And so sequelitis was out there. And so the premise in the writing room must have been, what if Disney got the sequelitis thing and tried to cash in on some of their old movies? Like again, you have to understand, it was preposterous back then. Now, of course, I mean, you would be like, what's the joke? But in '89, this would have been a joke, right? And I'll never forget this. They did one for Bambi 2. And Bambi's just kind of sitting there in the field, right? And all of a sudden his mom pops up. And he's like, Mom, I can't believe you're still alive. And Mom was like, Yeah, he just winged me. And I just, lay there for a while. And like I forget what the idea was, but somehow the mom got cured. Like the birds came and pulled the bullet out of her shoulder or whatever, nursed her back to health, and she just popped up. It was So funny. And that's what I'm thinking of here with this. He just pops up. Everything's cool. No, man, the birds healed me. And I think I actually want to go back and look at that actually because I think what they said was Haku didn't actually um, aim for any vital spots. Like I don't know what the point of that would be. He didn't really have the killer instinct. I think is what they're saying. Let me go back and see what he said. Oh, this is something I didn't notice before. This is interesting. Snow at this time of year. So it's like in Amends and Buffy where the snow happens when it never happens. So that's like a magical gift, kind of like the gods honoring the blood sacrifice. Interesting. I didn't pick up on that before. That's interesting. Yeah, I caught this line. He was born in a village where it snowed a lot. I did not pick up on the line that just the snow. I thought the snow was just timely. I didn't realize it was out of season. That's fascinating. Yeah, you're heavy. Get off me. She's pronounced it differently. Sasika. Yeah, she's Sakura. I think I've got her down. Him is harder. I had faith in you. You avoided. Oh, you avoided getting inflicted with any mortal wound. So she's basically just kiss his ass. She doesn't even know what the hell she's talking about. I thought they were trying to give an explanation. From the beginning, oh, here it was. He intended to. Then he gets cut off. So they're implying what happened here. From the beginning, he intended to. This could still mean that this is a big boy inside of Sasuke. That he reincarnated inside her, like he used his magic to inhabit a dead body, right? That's a theory I have. I'm not sure if that's going to pan out. You could take his inner thought, because what matters is his inner thoughts. It doesn't matter what comes out of his mouth. What he thinks inside his head can tell us. And he could have been looking at Haku and thinking, well, he intended to, and then that could be either character inside this body, right? I don't think this show is well, no, but this show does a lot of bait and switches. They love the bait and switch, so they would totally like fool you into thinking that this kid survived when it's actually Big Boy is resurrected inside of him. They could totally do that. The only thing that works against that for me, the snow. The snow is clearly magic from the gods because it's out of season. Like that's too much of a coincidence. So the gods exist; they're magic, and they bestowed this sign from the heavens to show that this is a noble death. Would they do that for just one of them? Although Haku is the one who was born in the snow city, right? So maybe the snow is for him and not for both of them. I'm just wondering if the snow sign would happen if they weren't both dead. It's a good question. I don't know, something to think about. We're not going to solve it here. And I think this goes without saying, but I'll say it anyway. Like, any of these theories that are wrong, just let me be wrong. We'll figure it out at some point. I've actually seen people do that, though. Like, I'll have some wild ass theory. It's like, no, clearly that's not what's going on. Oh, thanks. Well, I guess I won't have the fun of making theories anymore. Thank you so much. Nobody's done that with this show, but I'm just saying.